founder of the Evangelical Sisterhood of Mary near Darmstadt, West Germany. Its headquarters is the little land of Canaan, a foreshadowing of heaven, as people say. Now there are Canaan centers in many parts of the world. But Mother Basilea is known above all for her deep love of God. In her life story, I found the key to the heart of God. She writes about some of her experiences with God. And in this new series, she will be sharing with us in person and asking the Lord to bless us as we begin each new day.
May His loving care surround you all day long. God bless you all.
P.O. Box 30022, Phoenix, Arizona 85046.
No further questions, Your Honor. Your witness, Mr. Mason. Thank you, Mr. Berger. Mr. Bush, my client claims she's innocent. She thinks you lost the money from Silverado. Not true, didn't do it. Isn't it true you were in charge of Silverado? No. That you made bad investments? No. That you said a dirty word on network television? All lies. Let's get real here, Mr. Bush. My client is your pet cat, Mittens. Meow? Now do I have to bring some kitty litter in here? Or are you going to tell us what really happened? I'm in deep doo-doo. Find out after the Sunriser with John Logan.
Guess what? I'm not quite ready yet. You see these things down here? No? Don't see those things down here. How about those? Those are poppy seed muffins. And they're still warm. Guys, they're still warm. Those were brought in this morning, hot, out of the oven, by Sam Niblett and wife Peggy. I don't know what I deserve to get such good treatment, but whatever it is, I'm going to keep doing it. Those are terrific. You ought to see Peggy's outfit this morning. It's a pink bathrobe, those little bunny slippers with the ears on them. Curlers? Yeah, curlers too, yeah. She had a fluorescent green thing over there. It kind of acts like a nightlight in case Sam has to get out in the middle of the night. Little bunny slippers had pink noses. Those aren't pink noses. Those are your toes sticking out. So, well, thanks a lot anyways. We appreciate that. Boy, that was good, huh? Let's just quit and go out and eat muffins. I don't think I'm going to be able to concentrate. Those are awfully good. We'll get to the weather forecast here. It's going to be nice for a couple of days. Hang on to your hats. I think it might even be nice all the way through the weekend. Let me just look here real quick. Sunny, clear, sunny, fair, north, showers south. That's us. Okay, we're in great shape here for the weekend. Just grab on and enjoy the ride. Check the weather forecast just a moment. Let's look at the news here. I told you I can't concentrate. Those muffins smell so good. Poppy seed muffins. The news. Hundreds of exhausted and grimy Albanians have reached the Italian port of Brunuschi this morning. They arrived the first of 5 ships planning to carry refugees into Italy. Albanians have been hiding out at Western embassies in their hardline communist homeland. The Senate votes today on a measure that would give the nation's disabled people better access to shopping malls and restaurants, as well as jobs and transportation. The House yesterday approved the Americans with Disabilities Act, lauded as the most important civil rights legislation since the 1960s. It was a long day for the Senate Armed Services Committee. The panel worked into early morning hours, drafting a $289 billion defense bill that gives tentative approval to the Pentagon's B-2 bomber plan. Also cuts almost $1 billion from President Bush's plans for the Star Wars anti-missile system. An Irish envoy in Muslim West Beirut, Lebanon, says that he's trying to verify information that kidnapped Irish teacher Brian Keenan will be freed after 4 years in captivity. Iran's news agency has said that pro-Iranian Muslims might release a Western hostage soon. Other reports have speculated that Keenan would be the one that would be freed. Wallace Norrell Thomas was executed in Alabama's electrical chair early today. The 35-year-old Alabama man was convicted of abducting and killing a woman at a convenience store back in 1976. In Maine news this morning, the former superintendent of a sewage treatment plant in Bath is facing 21 days behind bars for falsifying the plant records. Donald Kozlowski couldn't comment on his guilty plea yesterday in Bath District Court, but his lawyer said the plant wasn't designed to handle the volume of wastewater going through it, and Kozlowski fudged the numbers to make it appear that the plant was functioning better than it actually was. The false figures were submitted to the State Department of Environmental Protection over a 2-year period ending last September. Judge sentenced Kozlowski to 6 months in jail with all but 21 days suspended. He was also fined $2,000, given a year's probation, and required to perform 200 hours of public service work. Kozlowski had worked at the plant for 20 years, studying and working his way up to the superintendent's job. He resigned that post just yesterday. Salmon fishermen turned out in force yesterday in Bangor, but they were not casting flies on the Penobscot River, though they probably wished they were. Fishermen showed up at a public utilities hearing to oppose a plan by Bangor Hydroelectric Company to build a dam along the Penobscot just north of Bangor. Speakers said the proposed Basin Mills Dam would threaten Atlantic salmon runs that were restored when pollution was cleaned up. The dam is part of a $150 million project designed to increase the company's electrical output. Fishermen said greed would destroy something that was absolutely irreplaceable in order to generate more power. Following the hearing, a spokesman for Bangor Hydro defended the Basin Mills project. He said the company believes that it is not a choice between power and salmon and maintained that the two can coexist. A prosecutor says that he's going to seek a 10-year prison term for a Farmington woodsman convicted of abducting and beating his wife in December 1987. July 30th has been set as the sentencing date for 45-year-old Dennis Nile. Jurors in Wiscasset deliberated for about an hour yesterday before they found Nile guilty of kidnapping, tampering, and assault. While the kidnapping and assault charges carry prison terms of up to 10 years each, Nile will only face about 10 years because all the crimes are related. Nile is now serving a 15-year prison term for an earlier kidnapping of Lynn Nile, his former wife. Nile had been convicted of the charges before, but another court overturned the conviction last year when the state Supreme Court ruled the trial judge had erred in excluding certain testimony. Three-member appeals panel has kicked off its review of the contested award of a contract to provide health maintenance organizational services to more than 20,000 Maine state workers and retirees. After a second round of bidding, the potentially lucrative contract was awarded to HMO Maine, a subsidiary of Maine Blue Cross and Blue Shield. The original low bidder, Health Source Maine Incorporated of Yarmouth, challenged the award, saying it was wrong to allow the Blue Cross subsidiary to lower its original bid. The hearing had two options. They would either accept the contract as valid or throw it out. The state police are saying that an ex-convict who shot his estranged wife 5 times and then took his own life had made a death tape in which he said he planned to kill himself. The shootings of 42-year-old Brad Turner and his Dutch-born wife took place Monday in Rockport along a busy highway with witnesses. The state police said that they found the tape recording in Turner's car. It was an hour-long rambling monologue. A Rockport social worker who had been counseling Turner said that Turner's mother made a similar tape before shooting herself 30 years ago when Turner was a boy in the Biddeford area. A grand jury in Skowhegan has indicted a Dover Foxcroft man on a charge of attempted murder in connection with a shootout with the Pittsfield police officer. 58-year-old Richard Pierce was also indicted on other charges, including aggravated assault and possession of a firearm by a felon. Pierce is being held in the Somerset County Jail on a $15,000 cash bail. That's the news. Let's check the weather forecast now for Aroostook County and neighboring New Brunswick. And it doesn't look too bad. Mostly sunny for the day today with temperatures at 75 to 80 degrees, northwest winds at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Then for tonight, mostly clear. The low temperature is 50 to 55 with light winds. And for tomorrow, it'll be mostly sunny again. Temperatures will be in the 80s. Ooh, the extended forecast calls for fair skies on Sunday, too. Monday, showers, and then fair again Tuesday. Highs will be in the 80s, and the lows will be in the 50s. And it's about 50 degrees, about 48 degrees, I guess, outside our studios right now. It was 43 on the barn this morning. About 48 degrees and clear skies out there. Back with our market news and other things in a moment. Don't go away.
There once was a time when all printers could do was crank out a bunch of copies. The only thing creative was the price. Today, the Heuristic Print Shop takes pride in providing businesses large and small with exceptional quality, creative varieties, and competitive prices. Jim Tracy and his son Dan ensure attention to detail in every step. If it's not right, it's not printed. Contact Jim at the Heuristic Print Shop in Holton. They're your personal printer.
Would you be interested in a job with lifetime security, retirement benefits, paid holidays, sick days, and great pay? The U.S. government employs millions of men and women in a variety of challenging positions, and each week hires thousands of new employees, some with no previous experience or even a high school diploma. Call us now, and we'll send you a career package that will help you secure a government job or a position with the post office. Call now for further information.
Okay, let's take a look at the market news now. First of all, from the Chicago Board of Trade and activity there yesterday. September wheat closed at 3.13, and that was up a half. Corn closed at 2.69 3/4, down 3. Oats closed at 129.5, that was down 2 3/4, and soybeans closed at 617.5, that was down 2 3/4. The livestock prices from the Midwest auctions yesterday: beef steers at 74 to 76, heifers at 73.50 to 75.50, cows at 56 to 58, feeder steers over 700 pounds 80 to 89, hogs at 60.50 to 62, and lambs at 56 to 58. The acreage of potatoes planted in the fall producing states was reported yesterday afternoon at 6% more than last year and 6% more than 2 years ago, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Statistical Reporting Service. The total acreage was estimated at 1.5 million acres. That was up from 1.1 million last year and 1.09 million in 1988. Maine remained stable at 80,000 acres, the same as the 1989 crop, and 1,000 acres less than in 1988. The report said that Maine's estimated 1990 acreage was a little less than was predicted in May, when market observers forecast a possible planting of 82,000 to 84,000 acres. Market observers predicted an overall increase for the 1990 crop of 60,000 acres across all the fall states. Total acreage planted in the eastern fall states was 133.1 million, down from 135.2 in 1989 and from the 140.4 million 2 years ago. The western fall states total was estimated at 679.8 million acres, a large increase from the 627.2 acres planted last year and the 612.1 acres in 1988. In Idaho, farmers planted an estimated 393 million acres, and that's up from the 355 million acres that were planted last year. That's about all the time we've got for this morning. Stay tuned for the CBS Morning News Reports, and we'll join you then. You have a good day. We'll see you. Have a good weekend.
You know what it takes, 'cause you've been working the land. You got mud on your boots, sweat on your brow, and dirt on your hands. You've been out there giving it all you got, so you know what you need. Bravo, because you give it all you've got.
From now till harvest, things can get pretty tricky for potato growers. Cool, humid weather can trigger late blight. Here's why. They've stayed ahead of early blight and late blight. Stayed ahead of botrytis, too. The payoff was they put healthier potatoes into